All right, Lady Ada, what is this?
Hey, everybody, and welcome to Show and Tell. It's me, Lady Ada. With me, Mr. Lady Ada. We're here at the Ada Fruit Factory. We do all our design and manufacturing. But for the next half an hour, we're going to be checking in with people around the world. What are they crafting and making and 3D printing and sewing and soldering? We're going to find out. Come on by. Everyone's welcome. We're here for the next 25-ish minutes on StreamYard. We're going to kick it off with some Ada Fruit peeps, see what they're up to. And then we'll go on to some guests as well. First up is Noe and Pedro.
Hello.
Hey, folks. Yeah, I was gonna practice before.
No practice. Live demo.
No practice live. So this is a fun little project that I wanted to make a case for. So Carter Nielsen put together a Circuit Python powered sketching toy with an OLED display. So we thought it'd be cool to remake the project with display I/O, a Feather M4, and this time the TFT Feather. So instead of an OLED, we're using the TFT. And it's got two knobs, right? So you might know some iconic toys that you can sketch or perhaps etch with. You can use these knobs to move the little cursor around.
And some
like
trademark name.
I like to etch. I like to
trademark name with a red enclosure. I don't even know what to spell. I'm so nervous right now. So anyway, you could use the middle button to clear the drawing. And Carter made it so you can easily change some of the things like the colors. And so all I want to do is play around with the scale factor, so you can kind of get a better idea of the thing. So I'm gonna try to etch an icon. Y'all might know.
Like a manual transmission Tron game.
Is it? What is this? What could this possibly be?
I have no idea.
I know what it is.
My scaling is a little.
It's a floppy disk?
It's a floppy disk.
It's a floppy disk. It's a
How
little.
Did you know?
I thought it was going to be the Sad Mac.
Yeah. I got to work on my
beautiful
icons.
art.
It's hard to get the.
Kind of
Thank
fun.
you. Yeah. So folks can build this. It's really customizable, and you will spend all your time doing this.
Making floppy icons.
It's a pixel design.
Icons.
It is a pixel.
Yeah. Design. Right. Yeah. I wanted to make the cow dog, but I could get in trouble. But
I remember Susan sent us a thing.
Yeah,
we're not at the point where YouTube has content matching on drawings yet. Don't worry, it's next year.
Oh no, coming soon.
Cool.
Don't draw them. Right. Don't draw Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be showing the videos and also your speed up on tonight's Ask an Engineer.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
All right, thanks.
My heart.
All right, next up, JP. What do you got going on this week?
Hey, well, I got a couple things going on. I had shown a little while ago this lovely little web server running on, I'll hold it over here, little web server running on a Feather TFT ESP32 S2, and now I'm making a little enclosure for it. It has the battery in there. This one's running the little Wordle server, but it's a sort of a general web server in a box thing, so I'm going to be sprucing this up a bit and then putting out a guide on that. I've started a guide so people can make their own little post-apocalyptic web servers for their favorite word games.
Maybe they don't want to go to New York Times.
They might not want to.
Well,
yeah.
You know, just on a side note, because like we all live in the world, when we started some of these projects, we're like, oh, we should make Wordle in case like there's no internet. And then of course, like today, every talking head on the news is like, well, you know, there could be a cyber attack, no internet. So
yeah,
if you're worried about these things, go ahead and make your offline Wordle. If you're really concerned about that, you can do that now. But we didn't time this way.
No, but timing has a way of catching up with you. Yeah. And then over here on this monitor here, I've got Mario taking a nap right now on this little TV I just found. I was really lucky. I've been looking for a good CRT on the side of the road for about 7 or 8 years now, and rejecting ones that were either too big or dumb brands or had a VHS tape in them. But I finally found this little 13-inch Sony that works great. I'm so excited about it.
Is that the monitor that has little knobs on the bottom?
No, it is not. It is a TV, like a personal TV.
Oh, it's a TV. Okay.
It's
still very nice.
Yeah, it's not bad. I'm gonna have to pull the shell off to tune like focus and stuff a little, which is slightly scary. But no knobs on it at all. It just has video and antenna on it. But the fact that it has composite NTSC video on the back is exciting because you can bit bang your ESP32. I've got a Feather ESP32, this new revision, the V2. Running this really cool vaporwave dolly clock demo that I'll post info about it. There's a couple of libraries that led to it, including Bitluni and Rossum. And then the Mario T or Marcio T, I think is the name of the creator of this particular demo. Really cool. It uses the Wi-Fi on the ESP to grab either you can set it from like a web browser on your phone or on your computer once it gets on the network, or you can have it just use internet time. So it'll go and grab it once you let it onto your own Wi-Fi network. It even has, I don't know if I can trigger it, it even has a little cap touch on one of these that'll switch the date on. There we go. Switch
Oh,
temporarily, which is cool.
that is nice.
There's a bunch of effects. You can have it change its color scheme based on time of day, or just ramp through all the colors over the course of a minute or an hour. So it has some neat features. And we've got some plans on doing a little bit of a guide involving this sort of thing. Maybe not with this particular board, but it'll definitely work with our newest Feather ESP32.
It looks like a great PC Junior demo. I love it.
It does, yeah.
All right, nice work. We'll do a guide for this as well, but we'll maybe use some upcoming hardware.
Exactly, yeah, that's a tease.
And we'll play this video, some other videos, and your product pick, and also your parsec tonight on Ask an Engineer. So tune in.
Terrific.
And then everyone should tune in tomorrow for JP Shop as well.
Making all new content tomorrow, so come in for some more. All right.
Nonstop.
Thanks so much, JP. All right, next up, Scott. What's going on?
Hello. Talking about colors. So let me switch. I've been working on a keyboard, which should not be surprising. So let me switch to the hover cam and hopefully it'll come up here. So this is the left half of my keyboard. And you can see that I've got LEDs between all or below all the keys, and the keys are transparent, which is pretty cool. And I just wanted to, I kind of gone through this realization recently that color wheel. So we have in CircuitPython rainbow.io.color wheel is like super handy for things that aren't just making like LED strips do color wheel. I'm using it here as like a heat map. So this is actually like, I'll put the cover of it. So this is blue to red kind of through the color wheel, but using that as a like what keys I press the most. So this is a heat map, and you can obviously see the home row here. Plus the T is like kind of the main key that I've been using on this left-hand side.
It's not QWERTY.
It's not QWERTY. It's Colmac, which is my favorite thing. And this is why it's worth switching layouts. But yeah, so this is
basically a demonstration, because like normally F is not the most common key, but this shows like there's less RSI risk because your key you press the most is the one that you don't have to move for.
Oh yeah, I've been super happy with it, and you can actually see, because this is an overhead, this is my trackball on the left here, and you can see that when I light it up, the cutie pie here is doing a touch sensor, and then I use the right hand side for all my mouse presses and stuff too. So I wanted to show this just as a really another, I think, pretty cool use of color wheel that's now built in. The other use that I had was using it to identify different sensors in the broadcast net stuff. It's you can get pretty distinct colors within that 255 range. And so if you need just like, I have 3 devices and I want to show different colors for each of them, you just plop some number in there and you get something relatively distinct and unique versus like trying to do like RGB independently and getting something that doesn't look like a white is actually quite hard.
Very nice.
So color wheel's just awesome for that. And of course, KB2040. And this is the Soulful new version that uses the reverse mount NeoPixels, which are way better than trying to reverse mount the regular ones.
Yes.
I tried to do the regular ones and I couldn't do it. Like I've been soldering for a while and I couldn't handle it. And then I got these boards with the reverse mounts and they're just like so much nicer.
Yeah, they're very hand solderable.
All right. And this Friday, you're still on for Deep Dive with Scott?
Yep. This will be the last deep dive I do before I'm off on paternity leave, and planning on chatting with Foamy Guy, who's going to be taking my spot over for me starting next week.
Right on. So 5
So
p.m.
we're gonna do a crossover.
4 p.m. or 5 p.m. this week?
5 p.m. Eastern, so 2 p.m. Pacific.
That's what I thought. All right, cool. Be tuning in. Thank you so much, Scott.
Thanks for coming by,
Thank
Scott.
you.
All right, Jeff, what you got going on this week?
Hi, it's not a keyboard. Maybe I'll bring a keyboard sometime soon. But I've been working with my Apple II floppy drive, and here it is disassembled. Oh, there's the front, disk 2. So what we're looking at today is this is how the spindle motor works. There's a motor up here which rotates a pulley and comes down here, and there's no index sensor. But all of our duplicating software and backup software and archival software really wants the index sensor there. So I've looked around on the internet at what people are doing, and my plan is to add one of these reflective sensors on a little 3D printed post. So we'll lift it up and kind of place it here between the arms of the pulley, and hopefully sticking tape on the wheel will work out. So that's what I've been playing with. And if you follow the development on Flex Engine, I've been successfully reading and not really successfully writing floppies for my real Apple II using a PC drive and Flex Engine Grease Weasel. So more floppy stuff. Just wanted to show kind of the interior of this old drive. By the way, they did not go up in value, so this was not a good investment if you were looking
No,
to.
they're actually, they're actually cheaper now than they used to be.
Yeah, I mean they're lower than the introduction price, let alone
Yeah, it was like $2,000.
the price with interest.
There's always something you can do, whatever price point you're willing to spend with retro stuff. So that's one of the cool things about it. Because there's a lot of some things, and some things are a little bit more scarce, but you can always find something. All right. Well, thanks so much, Jeff.
All right. More floppies next time, maybe.
Yes.
We're going to go to Phil B, Paint Your Dragon. You have a book, I think, and then we're going to go to Mark, and then Liz, and then Paul.
You got some other people?
Come on. Yeah.
Go to other people for a bit.
No, too late. Now you're here.
All right. Anyway, I like super esoteric computer history type stuff. By the way,
I'm shocked. This is my shock
History
face.
Museum in Mountain View is open again. They've been closed because of the pandemic for a while, but you can go tour the exhibits there again. Just they have the requirement. You need the mask and everything, but that's cool. It's a fun place to visit. But I wanted to mention this book. I've been raving about this on Twitter. If you haven't seen it, it's a book called Biography of the Pixel by Alvy Ray Smith. And right there, he co-founded Pixar. He invented the idea of the alpha channel, HSV color. Like the guy has like street cred with computer stuff, and it's basically
I hate pixel posers.
right. It's an account of the history of computer graphics leading up to movies like Toy Story and Ice Age, things like that. And so a number of years back, he kind of retired from computer stuff, and he pursued genealogy. And just as he distinguished himself in computer graphics, he's like this big dude in genealogy now. There's societies and awards and stuff. And there's a certain thoroughness to genealogical analysis. And he applied that same sort of thing to the history of computer graphics and where a lot of things came from. A lot of the things we hear about with, like Nyquist and sampling theorem and so, like, history is written by the victor, as they say. And it's like a lot of these things came from other places. And he kind of gives a whole account of where a lot of this stuff came from. And it's, if you like wildly esoteric computer history, it's chock full of them. So I would recommend this if you're a very much a techno geek. Interesting read. It's like some mind-blowing stuff about computer history.
That's great. I'll see if the library has it.
Yeah. I have some books that I hope I can show. I'll only just do this one preview because this is the Inside the Personal Computer. It's an illustrated pop-up book.
Yes.
Yeah. So
classic.
That's my trade for you, since I said if you show a book, I'll show a book. Okay.
Fair enough.
Right.
Funny thing, one of the mind-blowing moments in here, the very first digital stored program computer, the Manchester Baby, also that's where computer monitors came from. The first computer had the first monitor, and you'd think it was like something that came along later.
Yeah. You know what they say, which came first, the computer monitor or the computer? I don't know. No one says that. Okay.
So anyway, it's just lots of just weird tracks through history.
Thank you. Paint Your Dragons Book Club of the month.
All right, thanks, Sylvie.
All right, next up, we're going to go to Mark, then Liz, and then Paul. Mark, take it away.
Hey, Mark.
Doing stuff out of order.
Hey. So my normal place for my second camera is occupied because I'm working from home still for the rest of this week. So just 1 second. We'll pretend my camera is switching.
I'm pretending.
To a project that has gone actually way better than I thought it would. My friends and me are always arguing about who takes the most time when we're playing board games thinking about their turn.
Yeah.
And leads to constant fights. So I started putting together something basically as a turn timer, using parts that I just saw you guys showing off on Ask an Engineer. So you can select your number of players. You get to actually select which color every player is. Now that I put 4 players, of course, and gets all set. And then I'll show you the color of the player. It's kind of washed out on this. And a turn timer that then whenever you press the giant button, which is just the most fun in the world to press, it will switch player to player, showing their color and timing them. So you'll finally know who actually is taking the longest.
Okay.
That's cool.
Which is
Good.
very important.
And what do they win?
Bragging rights, I guess. I don't know.
the
Or
most
not being the
thoughtful.
slowest.
Yeah, they win the slowest competition. All right.
But the best part about this was big thanks to Dan for async IO in CircuitPython. I've got 2 different displays plus all the input running. And before I've done similar things that I had to have my own timing loops and figuring this out, what state am I in? This is what made the code come together in about 2 days of just sort of half working on it. It works so well.
Let's go.
Awesome.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Mark. You can use this for the show and tell guests too. You can,
You can
All
just
right.
have it in the corner.
yeah, we'll just
Time everyone.
All
Yeah, I
right.
just have to finish the 3D case. Right now, it's really just a pile of wires behind there. So that's the next step. And then all set to actually find out who takes the longest.
All right. Well, come back when you have it finished too. I'd like to see it in its completed form.
Will do. Thanks a
All
lot.
right, thanks, Mark. All right, we're gonna go to Liz, and then we're gonna wrap up with Paul. And I think Paul's gonna be talking about exciting new podcasts I've heard about on the internet. Liz, take it away.
Hey, how's it going? I've been wanting to play around with this rotary encoder that you folks have in the shop. So I just was kind of sketching around, maybe like doing like a UI thing with a matrix. So right now I just have it so if you press up, whatever column
Well,
is
can you move
selected.
your hand up a little bit?
Oh,
Because we
sorry.
can't. Yeah. We want to see the cool ring.
Yeah. So when you turn the encoder, you get this
Ooh.
line going,
That's
and
nice.
it goes back and forth. And then right now I have it. If you press up, then the selected column, you can get individual
Mm.
dot and then start going with that. So
Oh, it's like a little demo.
yeah, just kind of sketching around with it, see what will come of it. But just wanted to start playing with that little spinny thing.
Nice work.
All right. Thank you so much, Liz.
No problem. Have a good one.
All right. And Paul, play us out. What you got going on?
I launched the CircuitPython Show, a new podcast, and the first episode dropped yesterday. Yay!
Yay.
It's got Adafruit's own Kattni Rembor in the first episode. She talks about her journey through open source and mentoring and what goes into a Learn Guide. We had a great conversation. And coming up next week on Tuesday, I'll have Les Pounder of Tom's Hardware on, and we're going to talk about all kinds of different microcontroller boards.
He's a big fan.
Right
He's
on.
got them all, by the way, like every microcontroller board, I think.
Yeah, and in fact, I've got a picture that he took on the front page of CircuitPythonShow.com because he's got all the boards. You're not kidding.
Very cool. Tonight we're going to go over the Python on Hardware newsletter. I'm going to play the trailer, a little bit of overview of the podcast. What type of time length? Because I know some people who download podcasts, they're like, oh, I go for a walk for half an hour, or because, you know, obviously this one has people and it's an interview. How long do you normally do these?
So I'm shooting for right around a half hour. They're coming
That's a
in right
good
around
amount.
25 to 35 minutes, depending on the conversation. We just kind of let it flow, and we come in and we come out when we're done.
Yeah. That's a good amount because
I think so.
It's exactly the right amount of time. I know there's like 3 and 4 hour podcasts. I can't. Those are a little harder to do.
That's like a full-time job.
Yeah,
man.
but
Like,
half an
literally.
hour is pretty good because usually if you're commuting or for some type of transit, like 20-30 minutes.
Yep. Take the dog for a walk. Exactly.
You just
Yeah.
want to give your eyes a break. I like to lie down and just listen to stuff. It's like my eyes are just like they're staring at little text all the time.
And thank you for doing this. This is one of the things that folks had suggested. They're like, oh, I'd really like a, Python on hardware podcast. It's like, you know what? We just can't. We do a show and tell. We have Ask Engineer. We also, happen to do Adafruit. And we also know that there's more people doing more things with CircuitPython than we ever imagined. There's more non-Adafruit boards out there than Adafruit boards. So thank you for doing this because it's something that people want to know. A lot of people listen to audio. And
I agree.
Yeah, and this they wanted an interview style thing. Oh, I want to hear more about the people behind the, some of the code, some of the people that are doing projects, some of the people that are coming at it from different angles and stuff. So thanks for doing this. I'm queued up on. I listen to podcasts. I download files and then I listen to it because I'm
perfect.
And thanks for putting a real RSS feed up. And you have, I think, everything on every possible network.
I tried. The one thing I need to work on is get better transcripts. So that'll be coming in the near future.
Yeah, I've tried a few different things. I know that it's also on YouTube, and YouTube does some automatic captions now.
Yep, I do upload subtitles to YouTube, so that's another way to watch it as well.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Paul. Looking forward to all the episodes, and keep coming back. And if you have an overview or if you want to do a sneak peek or something,
we'll do.
We're here every single week.
Awesome.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Paul.
All right, that's our show and tell for the week this week. Thank you so much, everybody. We'll see you probably next week, or it might be Noe and Pedro or JP. We'll see how slammed we are. But we do show and tell every single week. It's the longest running show and tell for electronics in the world. I think just even regular show and tell online video.
This is kind of the longest. It's been like a decade.
It's gone a long time.
Yeah.
So we'll see everybody in just a few, and Ask an Engineer starts in just a few minutes. Oh, you know what I'll do before we go?
What do you do?
Well, I'm just going to show a couple more pages. So this is the pop-up guide to the wondrous world of personal computers.
Oh, it's pop-up.
Yeah, and so I'm getting ready to do some photos on this.
Cute.
And it has a little floppy that you can come out. Yeah, and there's not that many pages, which is fine because this is a pretty intense pop-up book as far as pop-up books go. And then there's a lot of all the pieces are here, so that's kind of good. And then here's computer. Here's RAM. So here you can see under the full RAM. Okay. And I think my favorite page is this one because it just pops up. Yeah, and this comes out too. And it came with and it also came with like a real floppy.
I think that they went crazy with this removable floppy.
And you can see here's.
This is so adorable. Oh, and it's even like got a inner layer. Wow, they really went intense on the floppy disks. I think they were like, we're going to put so many floppies in this.
And this is kind of neat because it shows how things write to a screen. So.
Oh, it's a little ray gun. Yeah.
So it shows how it writes to a screen. And there's a computer monitor. And then here's a printer. Zip, 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 zip. That's the sound it makes. So anyways, that's our show and tell for this week.
That was a nice show and tell.
Yeah, we'll have some photos and more, and we're going to be writing about this. It's a fun way to look at computers from the past.
Learn from them.
Yeah. Okay. Onward to the future. See everybody next week. Bye.